Hi, I'm Jen.
And I'm Steve-O.
We've been slow traveling the world since 2018, but honestly, for the past year, we've been moving way too fast. After a hectic 9 months of non-stop amazing trips around Europe and Asia, we wanted to base ourselves in just one place for a while.
This video is a look at how much we spend in a month living in Saigon or Ho Chi Minh City, if you're nasty. We're breaking our expenses down into 7 categories: food, transportation, entertainment, variable expenses, recurring costs, utilities, and accommodation. So let's start with everybody's favorite, food!
Food in Saigon is absolutely everywhere, and it can be super affordable. If you eat in local places, especially outside of District 1, then a meal can cost anywhere from 80 cents to a few dollars. Although we had a small kitchen in our apartment, we didn't cook once the whole time we were there.
Although we did make cereal and popcorn, so that kind of counts.
I guess so.
Most days we stayed in our neighborhood and went to local spots.
There was an amazing smoothie bowl place in our neighborhood that we went to a lot. This place really kept us healthy and was so affordable. Smoothies were around $1.50 and smoothie bowls were under $4.
Being in Vietnam, of course we ate a lot of banh mi. This woman with a small stall on the corner was selling delicious banh mi for 20,000 dong.
We would each grab 2 and that would be dinner. It was so unbelievably good. She sold out every single day. Pho is another famous Vietnamese dish and we ate it a few times a week. Our absolute favorite restaurant in our area was called Pho Chow, which is actually a Michelin Guide restaurant, but it was still extremely affordable. We got to know the staff and the owners, who even invited us over to have a special Mid-Autumn Festival snack, which was really nice.
Com Tom is another dish we love. It's a traditional dish from southern Vietnam made with broken rice grains, often served with grilled pork chops, an egg, pickled vegetables. Our favorite Com Tom place served lots of different dishes and had the major added bonus of a kitten and puppy who were best frenemies.
Honestly, we kept going back there just for the animals. Our neighborhood had lots of bubble tea spots and, of course, endless options for coffee. Vietnam is one of the best countries in the world for coffee, and we tried lots of cafes around the city, but most days we just took our thermos to our favorite local family nearby. Theirs was by far the strongest coffee that we found, and it was so fun to spend time with the uncle and the aunties there every time we went.
Cafe da Haile. Black coffee, black iced coffee to go. No, 2 black iced coffees. My Vietnamese is amazing. Another great thing about being in a big city like Saigon is that the food scene is incredibly diverse because people from all over the world move there.
We tried foods from different regions of Vietnam, but also lots of international foods like Italian, Indian, Chinese, Japanese. There's just so much, and we even managed to find an American diner that was serving pumpkin pie and a full American Thanksgiving.
Of course, there are fancy places in the city and food can get more expensive depending on what you're eating and where you go. For example, we went to the famous Cafe Apartments in the middle of the city. For 2 coffees and 2 simple meals, we paid 285,000 dong, is about 11 US dollars. And that's not a lot of money, but we would usually spend that in an entire day's worth of food, not just on one meal.
But of course, we were there for the experience, so, occasionally it's worth it.
Yeah, the view was very beautiful and the coffee was good.
Yeah.
And the food was not. Because we were in Saigon maxing and relaxing, we also ordered food in a lot.
There's an app called Grab that is used all over Asia, and it's a transportation app, but they also do food delivery. So we found ourselves ordering food several times a week. So breaking it all down for the month, we spent 2,221,000 dong on ordering food in.
We spent 7,294,000 dong eating out, 1,103,000 on coffee,
and 1,480,000 on groceries,
bringing our monthly total to 12,098,000 dong. The next category is transportation. Saigon is a big city, so there are lots of ways to get around town.
There are public buses, there's a new MRT kind of subway system, there are ride-hailing apps. We personally used Grab, but there are a couple more as well, and you can call scooters or motorbikes or cars to pick you up. Our apartment was pretty close to a bus stop that had bus routes going all over the city. It was extremely affordable to take the bus. Rides ranged anywhere from 5,000 dong to 10,000 dong, and the buses were air conditioned, they had Wi-Fi, they were rarely crowded in our experience.
Those were really nice buses.
Yeah, we were really surprised.
Yeah.
I think they were newer, to be honest.
They felt newer.
But we also called Grab cars quite a lot. We're getting older now, we're in our late 30s, and we rode a
Some
lot.
of us are.
You are too, girl, next week. Steve-O and I have been traveling the world for over 14 years, and we've taken a lot of motorbikes. In our old age, we've kind of opted not to do that as much anymore. Steve-O had an accident when we were in Cambodia once where the motorbike he was on got hit and he flew off. And since then we've been, yeah, he's got a scar. And since then we've been pretty weary of jumping on the back of motorbikes. So while we still do it occasionally, we didn't do it at all in Vietnam.
So for the month, we spent 118,000 dong on the buses
And we spent 290,000 taking Grab cars.
for a grand total of 408,000 dong.
The next category is entertainment, which for us looked like going to the movies and going on tours. While we were in Saigon, Wicked for Good came out, so we went to the movie theater and saw it in IMAX, which was so much fun. People were even dressed up.
We love you, Ariana.
So the movie tickets cost 306,000 dong, which we thought was a steal. The theater was very nice. We also got a popcorn and drinks combo, which cost 154,000 dong, so worth it.
So worth it. You go to the movies. It's part of the experience.
The movie theater we went to was in the basement of Landmark 81, which is the tallest building in the country.
I think it is, yeah.
Yeah.
We also did a walking tour of the city through Guru Walk, which is a free walking tour company. The tour was led by a local Vietnamese guy, and it was so cool to see the city through a local's eyes. And he took us to places that we would not have found on our own. And at the end, we tipped our guide 700,000 dong. Totally worth it.
We've used Guru Walk all over the world. We're not affiliated with them in any way, but the walking tours that we've been on in lots of countries at this point are always good, so we'd recommend checking them out.
We also went on Jen and Steve-O adventures to different districts in the city. We went to District 1, District 3, and District 5.
We also have videos about all three of those districts, which we'll link down in the description box if you want to see them.
You do want to see them because they're great.
So that's all we did for entertainment. We didn't go out to clubs. We actually stopped drinking in 2025, so we didn't go to any bars or anything like that. For entertainment, we mostly just walked around the city and explored, and that's free. So there is no shortage of entertainment if you just walk outside in Saigon, honestly.
Total entertainment, 1,160,000 dong. The next category is variable expenses, stuff like haircuts, the gym, laundry, housekeeping, just stuff you got to spend money on that you don't think about all the time.
So as for the gym, we actually had a gym in our apartment building, which was decent, and we also had enough space in our apartment to lay out our yoga mat.
For laundry and housekeeping, that is actually included with our rent. We were living in a serviced apartment, and we would get the place cleaned and our laundry done twice a week, and we didn't have to pay extra for that. It was amazing. They even changed our sheets and gave us fresh teepee.
As opposed to used TP?
That's a really good point. I guess new would be a better word.
We both got haircuts while we were in Saigon. It was a really nice salon. They really took their time and put a lot of effort in.
It was like 2.5 hours.
Yeah, we were there for a long time.
Yeah.
But it was worth it. The people who cut our hair were really nice, and we paid a total of 700,000, including tip, for both of us to get our hair cut.
Of course, there are some other things we had to buy, like toiletries, shampoo, conditioner, teeth brushes, toothpaste, that kind of stuff.
And that all came out to 470,000 for the month. We both ended up getting a little sick, kind of a cold flu thing, so we went to the pharmacy and bought some cold medicine, which was only 114,000 dong total for the cold meds. Pharmacists the world over speak English very well in almost every case. We've been to so many pharmacies around the world, and the language of medicine is English. So if you do have something wrong, don't hesitate to go into a pharmacy and speak to a pharmacist, because they're, in our experience, usually very knowledgeable and helpful. And then just as an aside, I was able to stock up on 10 months worth of my birth control at the pharmacy just over the counter, and that cost me a total of 1,800,000 dong, which is amazing. So we're not including that in the total, but just to let you know that you can get quite a lot of things over the counter at pharmacies in Vietnam.
The birth control, I think we can say, is like a savings, because we don't have babies.
That's very true.
Total variable expenses, 1,284,000 dong. The next category is recurring costs, things we have to pay for every month as full-time travelers.
The first thing is our travel health insurance, which we currently have through a company called Genki, and we pay $135 roughly every month for both of us. I say roughly because we pay it in euros, so it just depends how the euro and the dollar are that month. Steve-O and I feel comfortable just having travel insurance that covers us for accidents and emergencies, but for things like annual checkups or doctor visits, we feel comfortable paying out of pocket for those. We also pay out of pocket for dental care. So those things are very affordable all around the world outside of the US in our experience. So that's what we do.
We also have a couple of subscriptions. We're subscribed to Dropout, which is a great streaming service with a lot of great content. It really makes me giggle and laugh. And you should try it out. We're not affiliated
Not
with
affiliated.
them. Yeah, but
Just love their shows.
I'm a comedian. Can I be on Dropout, please? Put it out there. Put
Might
it
as
out
well
there.
put it
Might
out
as
to
well.
the universe.
I'm funny. Waka waka.
And then I have a subscription to Insight Timer, which is a meditation app, which I love.
And she's very zen, putting it out there.
We also have business subscriptions and annual fees for our credit cards that get us points and miles. We're not including any of that stuff here in this video, but if you are interested in that, let us know in the comments and we can make another video sharing about those things.
Total recurring costs, $147.99. The next category, utilities, water, electricity, phone, that kind of stuff.
Whenever we're going to a new country, I will get an eSIM. That way we have internet as soon as we hit the ground in a new place, which just makes life easier. And we use a company called Airalo. I'll put my discount code here on the screen and in the description box if you want to get a few dollars off your first purchase. For my Vietnam eSIM, I got 5 gigs, which lasted me pretty much a month, just using it mainly for WhatsApp and Google Maps when we were out and about. That cost $11.50 total.
Once we're in the country, we like to get an actual physical local SIM. The SIM card I got while we were in Vietnam cost 200,000 dong, which is not a lot of money, more data than I could possibly use in a month, and was very helpful in making sure that we didn't get lost.
I think you had unlimited data, in fact.
Did I really?
Yeah, I'm pretty positive you did.
That's pretty sweet.
Yeah.
Now the actual utilities like water and internet, those were included with our rent, so that's $0.
But we did have to pay for electricity, and that was based on how much we used. And for the month, that came out to $48.85.
And we were running the aircon full blast most of the day.
Yeah.
Vietnam is very hot. Total utilities, $68.05. Now, big finish, final category, accommodation. The reason you watched this video, how much do we pay in rent?
We stayed in an area of the city called Bin Ton, which is just north of District 1. So it was still very convenient to get everywhere in the city, but we were in a more of a local area, which we loved. So we'll give you a little tour of our apartment here.
Oh, hello. Today's laundry day, so we're putting the laundry out. This place is very nice. They clean our house and do our laundry twice a week, so we are allowed to live in filth. But we don't, because this is how we always live. The house is always this clean, and we never make it dirty. Nope. Shoe rack of all the shoes. We have a refrigerator, nice refrigerator. We grow up to be a big refrigerator someday. And this is really cool from our humble abode. We can see the tallest building in Vietnam, Landmark 81. Here is our kitchen. We have been in this place for 3 months and we have cooked a total of 0 times. Vietnam is amazing. The food is very good and very inexpensive. So we have never had to cook. But we do have a sink and a burner and a kettle and a microwave. The building sells these giant waters, so we pick those up probably every 2 days because we are some thirsty hoes. So this is the living, dining, TV area. We've got 2 workstations. I'm usually over here working on my computer, and Jen's over here working on hers, and she's got a mirror so she can always stare deep into her own eyes and say, "You've got this, girlfriend." We got a whole TV. The place came with an HDMI cord, so we can plug it into our computers and watch RuPaul's Drag Race, because what else are you supposed to watch? This is not where we hid all of the things we didn't want you to see. That is always nice and organized. Coffee table, couch, both comfortable enough. This is something really cool that we've never had in any place we've lived in, and we've lived in a lot of places, an entire glass wall. Big ass wardrobe here in the corner full of our clothes and our unmentionables. We're not gonna show you that. We do have 2 AC units, one in the bedroom and one in the everything else room. It's hot here in Vietnam. Who could have guessed? So we leave these things on pretty much the whole time we're home. Luckily, the utilities are not too expensive. The bed is long enough and wide enough, which is nice because I'm a whole lot of bitch, and it can sometimes be hard to find a bed that's good and adequate for me in this part of the world. Part of the house cleaning is they give us new towels and change the bed sheets. Again, twice a week. We are living in luxury, baby. There's a litter of kittens that live outside of the building right over here. Oh, there they are. Hi, babies. And here's where the magic happens. The bathroom. We have a bathtub, which is really nice. It's really hot here, so there's really no reason to have a soak, but sometimes it just feels nice. That's the mirror. Hello. A toilet. And the best part about being back in this part of the world, a bum gun. I've never felt more clean.
Perfect. Let us know what you think of our apartment down in the comments below. It was perfect for us. We really liked mostly the location, and it was a very comfortable place to be.
It was very comfortable. Would you stay in a place like this? We liked it, but it
Yeah.
might not be for everybody.
Yeah, and obviously there wasn't a lot of separation. Like the glass wall between the bedroom and the living room meant that we could always see each other the whole time we were there. But somehow we survived it.
Yeah, we are very much in love.
So loving. So to have our place cleaned twice a week, our laundry done twice a week, all the utilities except for electricity included, the gym, which was basic, but it was there.
It did exist.
We spent a total of $596 for 30 nights, which came out to $19.85 per night, which we thought was an absolute steal.
So, grand total for the whole month for food, transportation, entertainment, recurring costs, variable costs, utilities, and accommodation, grand total, we spent $1,371.24. We were so surprised how well we lived for how little we spent during the month.
Tell us what you think down in the comments about what we spent total. Does it seem like a lot to you or a little? Are you surprised? If you like videos like this that give you the breakdown, please do let us know in the comments, and then we will do this again.
And if you didn't like this video, keep it to yourself.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no need to be rude.
yeah. If you want to see some of the different districts of Saigon, you can check out these videos here.
Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you over there.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bloop!